So it seems like I have underestimated the current situation for Cult of the Lamb and the Unholy Alliance update, and it turns out the situation is worse than I thought. So I'm pretty sure some of you folks remember this, but about 4 weeks ago, if not a month ago, I made a video talking about the current state of Cult of the Lamb, and I was talking about how the newest update, the Unholy Alliance, came out and how it had some serious crashing issues. And I talked about my worries and my personal opinion of what I think about the game as it stands right now. And turns out I'm not the only one experiencing this issue. As a matter of fact, a lot of you lovely folks even expressed your worries in the comment section, and you were trying to let your worries out and you gave your thoughts and opinions because it looks like a lot of you folks have similar issues, if not the same issues like I did. So for this video, I kind of want to read some of your lovely comments for this video, and I want to talk about the current state of Cult of the Lamb. I definitely did a similar video like this a couple years ago when I was talking about Clash Royale and the current state of that game and how people were not happy. So I want to do something similar for this video. So with this out of the way, let's get on with the comment section, shall we? Here we got one of the first comments from Polika Pizza. I apologize if I pronounced it wrong. Hello, PS5 player. One thing I noticed in the newest update, whenever you send a follower out on a missionary, the results are an immediate hard crash. So this is a issue that I personally ran into myself, and I even talked about this in my last Cult of the Lamb video. And basically, for those of you who don't know, a missionary is basically like a little scavenging mission for your followers. And if you try to send your followers out to go collect resources, or if you try to collect resources from your followers when they come back, the game will immediately hard crash. And this is definitely a massive problem. And just for this happening like over and over, it can be so frustrating, and it definitely ruins like the whole point of the experience, because the point of having like the little missionary for your cult is so it helps save you some time. So if you need to send your follower to collect food, you could do that. But if you try to collect the resources or even try to send them out to go on a scavenging mission, the game will basically hard crash. So this is an issue that does obviously need to be addressed as soon as possible, and I full-heartedly understand the frustration with this. Here we got another comment from Bowel Wolf. I apologize if I pronounced it wrong. PS4 player here. For me, sometimes Cult of the Lamb will crash when I'm trying to go to the next room in my Crusades. It pisses me off. And once again, this is another game breaking problem, because this person, it sounds like, is just trying to play the game, and he hasn't done any of the crazy stuff. He's just trying to progress like normal. Once you complete a room, you move on to the next room. But at this point, if the game is gotten to a state where it's this bad to where you can't even progress through the next room without it crashing, then the game basically, I would argue to say, is unplayable. But I'll talk about that later. But mamma mia, this situation, man, I feel bad for everyone who is playing this game right now. But let's continue. Here we got another comment from Leonardo DC0118. PS4 player here. It always crashes once I reach the final boss of the spider dungeon. It never crashes once before, and I can do all the other runs, but if I got to the spider dungeon and reached the final boss, it always 100% of the time will crash, so I can't progress the history. So it sounds like this person is trying to encounter like the Spider Bishop, which is one of the final bishops in the game you kill before you face the one who awaits, which is the very last boss of the game. But the Spider Bishop is the last bishop you want to kill in the game, but it sounds like this person can't even do that because the newest update for Cult of the Lamb has been so crash prone to the point where it's basically unplayable for this person. Speaking of unplayable, here we got two more comments. One of them being from Scarlet Combat, where they say, I was really enjoying the game, but I'll have to stop for the next couple of weeks until they patch this. Very unfortunate. And then here we have Wesley Clark 2844 comment, this game was really good, but the crashing just made it a nightmare for me. Whenever I crash, I instantly get bored and go to another game. It crashed like 20 times at this point. So, this is an issue I think we can all agree that, yeah, we've encountered this at least once, if not several times. But now, this is an issue that I personally encountered as well, and I gotta say that this is just unacceptable. The fact that this game has been so crash prone, it makes the game basically unplayable. I definitely talked about this in my last video, talking about Cult of the Lamb, where the game has been very crash prone. I remember during the Relics of the Old Faith update, where there were so many game breaking bugs, especially for some of the fragile relics, where if you even press the button to activate the relics, the game would instantly crash. And I played this on the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation. And I remember this was a critical issue for the Switch and the PlayStation back then. But here we are now, fast forward into the Unholy Alliance update, where now the game is basically more crash prone than before. It's in an unacceptable state. And like I've said already, I know the developers didn't intend for this to happen, but if a lot of your fans are telling you and complaining that the game is so crash prone, that's gotta trigger a lot of red flags. It's just unfortunate because a lot of people and a lot of fans, like myself, really want to try out this update and we really want to play this game and have fun with our friends. And we want to try and have a lot of fun with this game. But unfortunately, due to Devolver Digital and Master Monster's current situation with Cult of the Lamb, it just doesn't seem like it's going that good. Now, I want to clarify on that part. Because Cult of the Lamb is so crash prone, Devolver Digital and Massive Monster, I stuttered on my words, Massive Monster and Devolver Digital, the developers of this game, or the studios for this game, they have a lot of work to do and fix these issues because right now, a lot of people are very upset, very sad, and they are very disappointed because this is one of the rare games out there that is beloved by a lot of people and it's a lot of fun, especially in today's dark ages of modern gaming, where Cult of the Lamb is one of those rare gems of a game that is beloved and it's played by tons of people. But due to the current state that this game is in, it's not even worth anyone's time really, and it's just sad. Let's continue. Here we got a comment from Grim Calcium. I'm on Xbox One, and it only crashes if I continue a Crusade after beating the first mini boss. So I think I have to call it after the first mini boss. And then we got another comment from Conflink at 666. I hope I pronounced that right. Love the game, but it's been ruined by insane crash with text errors. The code is fried. God damn it! I can't play it. So once again, it seems like a lot of us agree that the game has been more crash prone since the update basically went live, and it seems like a lot of us are on the same boat. Like, yeah, this game has been way too crash prone. Like, we can't even do regular crusades, we can't send our followers out on missionaries, we can't do like other fun mini games with our followers, like little drums, we can't give them alcohol at like our little beverage stands. We can't do a lot of the fun stuff, or even just trying to progress through the main game. Like just going on a basic crusade, if you try to go to the next room, the game crashes on you. If you try to fight one of the bishops, like the spider bishop, for example, the game will just hard crash for some people, and basically the game is just way too crash prone, and it's just way too common. It's just absolutely insane, and it's just sad to see that such a beloved game get into this state, and all these issues haven't really been addressed just yet. And it just makes me sad because there's a lot of people out there that played this game, and there's a passionate community that wants to support this game and support these developers because this is a rare game that a lot of people loved. And like I've already said, this is a gem of a game, especially in today's dark ages of modern gaming, where all the other games are trying to be live services and all that live service nonsense that sell you battle passes and all that crap. But Cult of the Lamb is one of those rare single player slash co-op games now that you can play and have fun, but unfortunately, due to the critical issues with the game, it just seems like it's unplayable right now. It's just a very sad, but also a very wild situation overall. I hope that this game gets patched. I hope that Devolver Digital and Massive Monster listens to their community and fixes all these issues, because right now the Cult of the Lamb community is just not happy, including myself. I want to play this game more, and I want to actually enjoy this game and actually get gameplay of it on the channel, but due to the piss poor state. I'm sorry for stumbling on my words because I'm just baffled at how bad and out of control this has gotten. But due to the piss poor state of the game and due to how bad it's gotten, not a lot of people are really going to be playing this game right now because as it stands right now, it is a buggy, crash prone technical mess. Just unfortunate and just a wild situation overall, man. I hope the developers fix this because right now things are not looking that good for Cult of the Lamb. And that's just a shame. So, with this being said, thank you everyone for watching and for listening. And until next time, I'm talking about how the community is worried for Cult of the Lamb, and I'll see you all later.